I decided to paint it with some kind of gold, but this is pretty much the finished product. It's as good as it's going to get. I got a little imperfection there, but for the most part the body work can be done afterwards. But it was just, the sanding was going into that piece, and I just wanted to paint it. And it's not really right, but it is what it is. But there's a little bit of mess up over here and here, but it's below where the glass is going to be anyway. I pulled the glass out from downstairs, and I'm going to try to get this to work tomorrow. I don't know, but I just cleaned it up a bunch. Hang on, I got to start a video because my phone doesn't adjust apparently. Pretty clean. I had some imperfections on it. Not really that. There were these marks in the glass, like right there, but that's on the inside. I think looks like I felt, yeah, this stuff right here. I don't know if you can end up seeing it, but I could feel them, you know, and the razor really wasn't taking them out. I can try again, but oops, that didn't sound good. See that right there? I guess that's on the inside. Yeah, that was... I think it's a little better because I had this dried up rubbing compound that I decided to put on. It's kind of dried out. I found it upstairs, and you know, it's hot all summer. It's basically like clay, not really much liquid to it. And I was using it because I don't know where any of this stuff is if I have it. Basically, I was using this on an angle grinder, and it's a bad idea because it spins very fast and it's very wobbly. And the thing is, I started off with a dead battery. I didn't realize it was dead, but it kept restarting. So I kept hitting it. I just thought, okay, it's vibrating. So I was doing vroom, 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 and it was spreading it nicely, actually. And then I realized the battery was dead, so I went and got it out of the battery, and it's like really wobbly all over. I'm trying to kind of hold it in between, and then boom. That thing flies off. You can see by my pants, it flies off. It hits me right in the midsection. I go down to one knee for about 15 minutes, and I am hurting. Went right for the balls. So this is what I did not want, and it got kind of cloudy now. But it's not rubbing compound, not polishing compound. So I got to buy something to polish it up. I guess I have to do it by hand. I don't know where my polisher is. I really don't use it often. It could be home, it could be elsewhere, I just don't know. And hopefully I can do something to brighten this up a bit, you know, and then I'm going to try to put it in. I asked the glass guy what should I use, and he told me what to buy. These things are $37 each at Advance Auto. 08609. $37 each. He said you're going to need two. So I'm going to try. I still got to put the little clips are on the window in, and my light is not adjusting again. I don't know what's with this phone, but in any case, hopefully it won't be so bad. It's cleaned up pretty good. It was really dirty. I mean, really dirty. So, and it actually is a nice, the green tint with the shade on the top, and it's not too prepped. And there's really no damage of what do you call it? What do they call that? Delamination. You know, I keep thinking I cleaned this thing off. Yeah, I mean, not. Unless maybe buffing it brought it out to the edge. But I'm gonna get better. Even if it's by hand, I think it should be good. I'm gonna get that micro stuff. Oh. Yeah, it's not a good look. That ring around the penis. It's really bad. It hurt a lot. Oh boy. Alright, so I'll make another video for my progress later. And I did some of this work I did this work yesterday, Saturday, but you know, like I said, it's not perfect, and the gold doesn't really match, but I just wanted to put more gold than black. I was thinking about just filling the inside with black, but I just thought it was going to bleed out too much, and I don't know if, you know, it's going to be able to be painted in the end. But just to let you know, got the gas gauge to work. I had this whole cluster out. I got another cluster, but I had to mix parts with this one with the other one, particularly the board. And the board really wasn't the issue, but it looked like a much newer board. But it was a whole different thing. I couldn't mount the whole thing. It had higher mileage than this anyway, but I put all new bulbs at least, and I put the gas gauge in from the other car. So just that when you sit, it sits lower, it looks like. So there's something different with that particular year. It's supposed to be a 63, but I really wonder if it's other years and it's all the same. But I could be wrong, you know. Because when I look at it up here, but I'm going to have to be stepping right on the thing. But anyway, it's working. I got an idea now what I have there, at least. I'm going to probably take these out, this thing out, because the center thing, this center cable is it's actually, the whole thing here is twisted. I might buy another one of these whole things here. Depends how I can mess with it or not mess with it. This ended up being okay. The cable is okay. It was just what it was connected to. It wasn't moving. So, and I bought, I had a wiper switch for a Buick, but I realized I bought one that was a 1-speed. I was looking to convert my car, which is 1-speed, to a 1-speed with the washer. I bought the knob, but I didn't have this little thing here, so I got to get that. But I'm going to order another one of these for this car. I changed the light switch. I got a bad connection over there at the what do you call it? The high beam switch. I got to probably change that thing. I had to change a wire at the light switch, the one that goes for the dome light. So now the dome light always worked, but it works now with the button. I ended up painting everything inside here with regular black. You know, it looks clean now. You know, you see the transition there, because I used the rust preventative one, and then I used the regular paint. You know, it's not like I masked anything off. I just, you know, got it mostly. It's got to be 1,000 times better than what it is, and it looks neater. It's just a mess. And I'm buying like a roll of insulation, because the insulation they want for this car, they actually have it. And it's like $433, and that's ridiculous. Not ridiculous to the guy who made it. It's ridiculous for my pocket. So, in the end, I think it'll be fine. And that's it. I just want to show you what I did with this yesterday. I didn't make any videos, so, of my progress. But I mean, if you have questions, I pretty much know this dashboard now pretty well. So I cleaned up a ground. There's 4 bolts that it goes into. This cover comes with 3 screws on the side here and 1 screw on each end. That comes off, and then you can get to it. You don't even have to take off the glass to get the gas gauge out. It comes out from the back. Meant to be changed. That's the way they used to build things. So I just wanted to add that to what I was doing here with the glass. Thanks. Polishing compound. I rubbed the hull of it, letting it dry. I'm going to rub it off. And then, let's see if my lighting is right. Okay, not too bad. Yeah, it'd be nice if I counted how many I needed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 4. And then 4 would be 16, and then it leaves me only so many. So right now I'm missing at least 1, 2, 3, 4. 24. Guess I guess I gotta go look in this compounded both sides by hand. I'll rub it off in a few. And but the unfortunate thing is, right now I bought a package of 20 clips, and I never really counted. And this is a while ago. I bought it for my other car like 4 years ago. It's amazing that I actually found them. But I mean, I got 8 on top alone. 8 and 4 is 12, so that's 24 if I have 8 on the bottom. And right now I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it looks like I need at least 1, 2, 3 more on the bottom, and 2 on this side. So I need like 5 more. Guess I'm gonna dig through this garbage. I hope it's in there, not the old garbage. I got a lot of stuff that came from the window, but this was probably after my garbage came on Friday. And that's where the clips were, because the clips I think I initially had off, and I threw them out. And this stuff here was the next day, or a couple of days later. You know, I'd already thrown them in that first garbage bag. I got rid of that garbage bag, And what's in here is just the molding, the rubber and all that shit that was still stuck on the car itself. So I'm pretty fucked right now. I gotta see what I can do now. Problem averted. I left one out of each side on the top one there, the second one from the top. There's really nothing to really screw in here except for the epoxy, so I'm leaving them out on each end. And I left out, oh come on, I think problem averted. I left one out of each side closer to the top, but I left one in on each side on the top over there, so the two on the edge help the one over there, and the two over here help the one over here, the two over here help the lack of one on each end here, mainly because it's just epoxy and nothing's really screwing into it. So I just said I'm just not going to leave them in, but I did put all the other bottom ones in. I thought that was necessary, so I'm just going to fill all the holes with some right stuff and start getting ready to put it in. I got to still polish that thing up, and let me get going, and hopefully this is going to start working out well. They told me to get 2 of these. I really only used like 1 1/4. I was kind of going over it. I know these guys put a lot of shit on here, and I got my little feet right there. I had saved them, 1 on each side there, so you don't go too far down, and I guess side to side you'll figure it out. I'll figure it out as far as moving it back and forth, but I kind of messed up by not putting it on the inner lip, because that's really where the glass is going to sit, and this is so hard to push out of the damn thing. So let me just finish this off, and then I'm going to try it first time ever. Let's see what happens. Needless to say, this was a mess, and I didn't even get it. I was shooting it from the inside actually, and then I pushed it with my finger, and as soon as you start pushing this stuff with your finger, you have a mess. Do not push it with your finger, because I can see that it looks relatively good. Even though it's bunching out a lot, it's really bunching in on the outside more than the inside, but you know, that actually kind of looks normal. And then I forgot a whole bunch here, like I didn't get to that lip enough, and the way I angled the window on, see, it didn't stick out as much there, and then all of a sudden I'm like, it was thin over here, so it starts spreading it, and it just becomes a mess. I forgot, I had a strip screw here, I never even got off this molding, so that molding is going to be siliconed in. What a mess. What a mess this makes. You know, you can't spread it. You got to give up, you know, at a certain point and just let it go. Your moldings are going to cover it for the most part, inside and out. And I think the right thing to do now is to actually put the, the molding on the outside on right now, because I don't see how I'm going to get it in otherwise. It's got to, like, that's why I see a lot of moldings end up getting glued in half the time. You know, they just let the glue hold it. Man, this is some messed up stuff. And I have these things here that I put in there, but I'm debating now. I should have put them maybe on top of the clip, and I didn't realize they were on top of a clip, because how am I going to get the molding in? The more I look at it, I'm like, what the? Oh, this one actually goes. Oh, it just clips in on the top. It goes over everything. That's what it does. Okay, that's not so bad. What a mess! Scratched everything up. I mean, the placement looks good. It's just that I should have concentrated on the very outwards lip. I mean, there's almost no metal that it's contacting on the top. It's almost like I want to push it up, but I could have built it out a lot more. You know, I probably should have. You know, I put a lot here because I know it was a little thinner, so that made sense. It pushed it up, and that made a pretty good seal. And I guess the corners are important, but you don't want air to come through, of course. But I don't think it should. I just worry about the noise, you know, like if the window rattles against the metal frame. I mean, I did try to push it as much as I could, and between being up over here, I think it'll be okay. But man, what a mess. What a mess. I can't judge this very well. And at some point, I gotta get off the thing. Oh, and wear gloves. I didn't wear gloves in the beginning. I got it on my hands. Oh my God, what a mess. I don't know how I'm gonna go to work tomorrow. So I guess I'm gonna wait just a little while longer. I forgot about what else I wanted to do to the car. I wanted to try to put some metal over the holes in the floor. Like this side is not so bad, but you know, you can see all the pebbles coming through. So, I'm just like at the roll of paper towels going crazy. Man, what a mess. What a mess. I would have done it differently. It just barely contacts. It's so crazy. But yeah, I still think that, that should clear actually now that I think about it. Probably shouldn't be on top of that because it wouldn't be stable. But I may have even like brushed it on, like stuck it all the way around. Spread it at that point because there'd be a place to put it, you know, and then put a second bead on it. That's something like I was thinking. I've seen guys do different things, and I'm just not prepared to put the glue on the glass, which ultimately, I know a lot of guys don't do that, but that's like the best way because it starts at the right point and then it lays down right. But there's such a tiny, tiny little lip. That's why this car can be a rubber seal or, you know, the glue-in style. And I really like the glue-in style, but it's what a pain, I must say. Hope it don't leak. I keep trying to look. I mean, it pretty much went flat immediately. I really couldn't push it anymore. And, you know, I start looking up. I didn't see any light. I just saw that it was thinner in some spots. Like, you know, and it's thin already, so I just didn't want it to, be an issue. But as soon as you touch it, man, you open a can of worms. Oh my God. I'm probably going to have to let it dry and cut this with a razor and clean it up. Ugh. What a mess. What a complete mess, I must say. Not very fun. Definitely sounds like a different car with a windshield in. You know. I don't wish this on anybody. Anywho, while that's drying, I'm going to see if I have something I can put on this giant hole in the floor. I keep losing shit through it anyway, so I got to try to do something. Ugh. Mess. We do the abatement adhesive. I had all these cans. I lost the cap for this, and that's the one that fits this rubberized undercoating. Alright, so to keep you updated, I painted this guy just real quick. Sanded it down. I've sanded the rust, but I didn't fill, you know, anything. Trying to let this sit in the sun to go more to glue, you know, so it glues better. I got some shit on the windshield, but it really needed to be held down on the edges. At first, I had a hard time how to take it off to get it in the right place, but it's not perfect. But it looks okay for the movies. And I used some of that urethane, and I squished a bunch, and I put a bunch of sheet metal screws. Of course, it can't get under the seat. I put cardboard and tape for the little holes. I did this so I actually finish it. You know, like I'm like I can't possibly survive with this, so it'll be a thing to get it done. But what the hell? At least I got to do the corners here. Should have shook it more. This is hilarious. Probably should just really do black paint. I was thinking about the corners and stuff like that. See how it's building up? Sorry. I'm narrating something and I'm not actually videotaping shit. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm holding the camera. I got a couple of holes there. Well, those holes got smaller. Let's go back to it a little bit later. I'm not buying another can of this stuff, so this will pretty much be it. I don't know how much I could put on the cardboard. That'd be pretty hilarious. It really is. got the original Oldsmobile mats, and I figured I'd put that on. I hope this shit dries, because I kind of want to leave soon. Had enough, even though I should really make sure that everything is dry. This is hilarious. As long as I don't feel the air coming in, and even though the heater box is not in, the blower motor and the heater core are like open, so something like that is gonna bleed heat in anyway. Just blow it into the journal. My problem is I won't have the defroster, which hopefully, if the window really was relatively clean because I polished it, so it should come, you know, it should come out pretty decent. Come on, seal up the hole. Alrighty, maybe when the air comes out, it'll actually, of course, the light doesn't work. Yeah, I might have to hit it one more time. I keep hitting my masterpiece. This is hilarious. Yeah, obviously I gotta fix this right. This is hilarious. That'd be amazing if it like solidifies and basically becomes part of the car. Like I said, as long as I don't get shit, you know, like a puddle going on me and shit. You know, like I said, this is covering up small holes. Actually, it doesn't even look like I did it, but it's all black. It's just reflecting more. Pretty hilarious. And I gather I can paint it afterwards, after it dries. I don't think I see holes. See, there's a bunch of holes under the seat. Not much I can do over there. I could probably just slip a piece of cardboard on there. I got more of that. I didn't want to waste the sheet metal, to be honest, you know. Just the big hole was something to worry about. You know, I'd hate to drop my phone if it falls outside. Oh boy, that's hilarious. So, what are the other things I did? I took out the emergency brake thing, and I'm going to make something for that because the original switch is messed up and you can't buy it. Took out the light. And I ordered a pigtail for the proportioning valve because I didn't have one. And that'll also, you know, help with this whole contraption, you know, getting it. I haven't even gotten to finishing really inside. I'm pretty much finished inside. I put that other piece on over there, but I'm rushing because my alternator just decided to overcharge, and I just put this brand new one in, and it doesn't work. Ah, how wonderful. Change the alternator. I was always wondering, I'm like, wow, this dome light's really bright, and it's not nearly as bright as I thought it was. How's this? I guess it's dry. Yeah. Hey, look, it actually worked. It's kind of dry. I'll put my Oldsmobile mat. It is what it is. And that guy's over there. This is my makeshift stuff here. I should be able to get by. And I will be driving this home and driving it to work tomorrow. Oh shit, I went to go look for the wipers and I couldn't find them. One more thing to do. Looks pretty sweet at night. Of course, my phone is freezing. Anyway, last minute thing. I don't have the original one. The thing is, this shit doesn't go very deep, but I don't know how much is actually going to get in there even, because it's not really deep. It goes in 3/4. Had to buy this Spectre brand. So I guess the little head is sticking out and it's preventing it from coming out, so that's a good thing. But I'm going to pull it away just a little bit. And so far so good. The other thing I'll do is silicone some of these window tracks because it's pretty tight. But I'm going to use it on a TV show tomorrow. Godfather of Harlem. Now, the only thing is, it looks like the car was painted half the car, but I tell you, it looks sweet right now. I gotta use it during the day, so we'll see how it looks. I scotch britted a lot of the top portions of the car that were like little rust dots going through, and then I wet it down because I don't want to wash it because of the new windshield. Alright, this is the end of the video. I've had enough. Have a good night, and wish me luck tomorrow, and hopefully my $800 car turns into something good. And thank you for watching.